Hi, today we're going to be talking about global warming. I'm Sophia. This is Anton, Armani, Tiana, Itsuki, and Quincy. So just to get started, I don't know. I think something important to look at when we're talking about this issue is just kind of how everyone is aware that it's a problem. We're all aware that it's a problem.
Except Trump.
True that. But no one is doing anything about it. Everyone is waiting for someone else to do something about it. And I think that's something that we need to pay very close attention to, because we're saying oh, we need to make changes now, but who's going to step forward and make a change?
Is it a problem though? How big of a problem is it? I think we don't really know too much about it to make predictions that are so specific. In the next 20 to 30 years, our world will be ended. We know less than 5% about the ocean, less than 5% about the space. So how can we make a prediction so soon?
I mean, just by the past month, there's three forest fires? That's already a big thing.
But that was started by us, right? The one in LA was the campfire that was in Paradise.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know. I do think that it's a big issue. I mean, if you look back when we were using spray cans and then that thinned out the ozone layer, I think we just don't realize how big the effects are going to be because we're not thinking too far into the future. And I think that's why we have to plan now, because we don't know what's going to happen.
When I was researching things, I actually found out that the aerosol can stuff actually doesn't damage the atmosphere, and that's just a myth. So when you were telling me about how that actually was a really big problem in the 80s, I found information saying that aerosol cans don't do anything.
Right.
So.
And also it is a problem because some of the long-term effects have already started to appear. The Earth's average temperature has actually increased by 2 degrees.
Yeah.
And so 2 degrees may not seem like much, but it will be if it keeps happening.
Yeah, and that's been rising since the 19th century, so that's literally 2 centuries ago, and that's a really fast rise. But it may seem slow, but that's a really big jump. If just us just living, it's just it's rising just from us just living and just living our daily lives. So it's obvious that we as just living humans is just gonna completely destroy the earth.
So we're supposed to have a simplistic course of action here. It's kind of like being in the, let's say we're in the 1900s and we're trying to devise a plan that'll help us in 100 years. It would be pretty difficult. It wouldn't even make sense because we don't know what's to expect going forward, right?
No, yeah, that makes sense since we didn't have that much research back then, but we still have been researching since then of just lots of information. Because 1950 was when it started rising, that's when it started rising, the climate change. And then still it's continually just going up till now. From 2015 till 2018, that were the top 4 years of the warmest years in just the world, and that's just only 4 years. That's a really short time.
Well, right, and I agree that there is a great deal of evidence to back it up, but the problem is that no one is doing anything about it, and also Trump is denying that it's a problem.
It's not that nobody's doing anything about it. It's obviously there are lots of groups that are working towards it. There are obviously lots of scientists that are working towards it. It's just that what you're saying is the entire world collectively is not doing anything about it.
But how can we make people more aware of it if Trump doesn't address it? It's another thing.
Well, you're just basing it upon America, not the entire world.
True.
What about the statements? Oh yeah. Anyway.
You guys want to talk about it?
I mean, with a problem this massive, I think we need Trump, you know what I mean? We can't do anything by ourselves. We need a presidential leader or someone just big enough to start it. And it just kind of sucks that he's not, cooperating with us. So it's we have to kind of force it upon him to start it,
That's
How will
true.
we force that?
It's you just have to.
Because he has his own administration.
people.
Then they don't deny it. They don't say that it's a fake thing. They just say that it's not a big deal going forward for us right now. It's not our biggest threat.
I mean, it's a big deal to him. He's making an actual wall to protect his golf course, which is kind of crazy. You know what I mean? So I think he's starting to recognize it, but in the coming years, we should really start with a really powerful leader like Trump. You know what I mean?
That's fair, yeah.
You have anything to say?
Trump is the face of climate deny, so someone has to change. Like he has to do something, or else nobody's gonna start doing anything.
All right, well, that's about it. So thank you for watching.